Have you ever noticed how some people seem to carry a natural spotlight wherever they go? They don't just become famous, they command attention. Their influence crosses borders, cultures, and languages, turning them into true global icons. From the perspective of Chinese Bazi astrology, this kind of destiny is rarely accidental. The signs are often embedded in a person's Bazi chart from the very beginning. In Bazi theory, fire energy is one of the most important factors in gaining fame and public recognition. Actually, in China, many creators understand how to use fire energy to turn themselves into viral influencers today. Especially in 2026, 2026 is a year with exceptionally strong fire energy, an energetic peak that only occurs once every 60 years. It's a rare cycle, and for those who understand timing and opportunity, this is a moment worth paying attention to and making full use of. This year is especially important for influencers and content creators. Let's take Justin Bieber as an example to explore how can the Chinese Bazi, 4 pillars of destiny system, based solely on his birth date and time, reveal the potential to become a world-class superstar. First, let's take a look at the Bazi chart of Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber was born in 1994 in a small, ordinary town in Ontario, Canada. So, why him? What made him rise to such extraordinary global influence at such a young age? Some people say it's because of his looks, but from the perspective of Chinese Bazi, good looks are only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to his success. His explosive rise to fame in such a short period of time wasn't random at all. There are very clear signals in his birth chart that point to this kind of rapid, worldwide breakthrough. Let's take a look at the Bazi chart of Justin Bieber. We can see that he is a Bing Day master, which represents yang fire. In Bazi, yang fire is often compared to the sun in the sky. It naturally radiates light, draws attention, and is meant to be seen. People with a yang fire day master rarely live in obscurity. They tend to stand out, whether they intend to or not. Especially in the entertainment individuals, yang fire individuals often carry a natural sense of stage presence and star quality. They have an innate ability to command attention and connect with the public. So from a young age, it's no surprise that he showed a strong desire to perform and express himself. This is very much in line with the nature of yang fire. Next, let's look at the birth month of Justin Bieber. He was born in a yang wood month, which corresponds to early spring. For a yang fire day master, this timing is extremely favorable. Think of it as the sun rising in spring. Everything is growing, nature loves the sunlight, and the fire element naturally becomes stronger. At this time of year, people are especially drawn to warmth and sunlight. What makes this even more interesting is that he was born in Canada, where early spring can still feel like winter in many places. This makes the presence of sunlight even more desirable, symbolically amplifying how people are drawn to his energy. Now here's the key point in his chart. His month pillar and day pillar form a fire combination. With 2 yang fire stems acting as a bridge, the earthly branches connect into a yin wu su, the fire formation. In Bazi, this is considered a very powerful configuration of fire energy. Once yin, wu, and su come together, the fire element becomes extremely strong. On top of that, he is already a yang fire day master, with two yang fire stems in the heavenly stems. This creates what's known as an inflamed fire structure. The feeling of this chart is like a constantly radiating sun, sudden, explosive brightness that spreads everywhere and doesn't fade, almost like entering a state of endless daylight. This kind of structure usually represents someone with a powerful presence, strong charisma and emotional influence, a natural desire to perform and express. For an entertainer, this fire formation is especially linked to fame, visibility, and stage magnetism. So his fire isn't just bright, it's perfectly timed bright. Like sunlight in the cold, it naturally draws people in. This is why his intense personal charm and global appeal at such a young age align so closely with the fire energy in his Bazi chart. Another key point in his chart is that his output star, Shu Shang, is extremely strong, and it appears prominently in both his year and day pillars. Because he is a fire day master, his output element, Shu Shang, is earth energy. Chinese metaphysics, Shu Shang, represents talent, expression, creativity, artistic ability, and the way a person outputs their inner world. For singers, performers, and public figures, Shu Shang is often a major indicator of fame. Why? Because it reflects a person's ability to project their inner talent outward through singing, stage presence, creative work, and personal style. All of these fall under Shu Shang energy. In other words, everything related to his expression, creativity, and the way he delivers his talent to the outside world is represented by Earth in his chart. If you look at his chart, he has two young earth elements, like mountains. And once that kind of energy shows up, it's impossible to ignore. It gives his expression a sense of presence, weight, and impact. So when he performs or puts something out into the world, it naturally stands out. That's why we saw Justin, at such a young age, already showing exceptional musical talent and powerful stage charisma. This is a classic case of strong fire energy combined with strong output energy. Simply put, his chart naturally carries the star power from strong fire and the creative output from strong Shu Shang. So his rapid rise to fame wasn't luck. From a metaphysical perspective, this is a very perfect example of someone born with a natural superstar configuration. Now let's take a look at his rise to fame, because this is where things get really interesting. The turning point in his life actually began in 2007. He was only 13 years old at the time, and his mother started uploading videos of him singing cover songs on YouTube. Originally, it was just meant for family and friends to watch, but unexpectedly, those videos were discovered by talent manager Scooter Braun. Now here's the fascinating part from a metaphysical perspective. In his chart, the yang wood in the month branch represents his resource star, often linked to support, upbringing, and especially the mother. So his mother's action, uploading those videos, naturally became the trigger that activated his path to fame. You could say this moment completely changed his destiny. And it gets even more interesting. Scooter Braun himself carries a yin fire day master born in the horse month, which is strong fire energy. That kind of energy further amplified Justin's rise, almost like adding fuel to the fire at exactly the right moment. At that time, Justin was also in a Wu Chen luck cycle, which corresponds to strong output, Shi Shen energy, a phase that's extremely favorable for performers. This kind of luck cycle is all about creating, performing, and consistently putting work out into the world, which is exactly what leads to rapid fame. And then came the real breakthrough. In 2010, he released the song Baby. That year was a tiger year, and again, it is yang wood appearing in the earthly branch, forming a powerful wood-fire combination, a structure that enhances visibility, creativity, and mass appeal. That song didn't just do well, it went global. It sparked what the media called Bieber fever. And think about that word, fever. It perfectly reflects the intensity and speed of his rise. At that point, almost everyone around the world, especially younger audiences, knew his name. From a YouTube kid to a global superstar, it took him only 2 to 3 years. This is exactly how his chart plays out in real life. 2026 is a Bing Wu year, a strong fire year in the Bazi cycle. For him, this also represents a powerful opportunity for a second wave of fame, a moment to go viral again. Many people may have already seen his performance at Coachella online. For him, this wasn't just another show, it marked a major comeback. On stage, he performed together with his younger self, which moved many people to tears. It became a deeply emotional moment for the audience. From a metaphysical perspective, this is a very clear example of how fire energy can be activated again to reignite public attention and visibility. And with that, we come to the end of today's video. I hope this helped you understand how fire energy can influence visibility, fame, and timing in your own journey. Whether you're creating content, building your presence, or wants to become an influencer, learning how to work with fire energy, visibility, expression, and exposure is essential for building recognition and growing your audience. Wishing everyone the best of luck in catching this wave of fire energy. Thank you so much for watching, and I truly appreciate your support and continued following of my channel.